Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of my single player LP. It's hard to hide that I've changed stuff since the last actual episode. I have had a bunch of live streams in the interim, and I've also been working on some other things. Largely, the biggest change is this was my storage room, but I've not been super happy with the way my castle here has been, so I've been working on changing that. I've moved the maps. This isn't updated. I made copies of the map and then locked one of them, and so that's why this is like this. I think I lost 6 of them on that stream when I did that. Also, I've been sitting on some time-lapse footage as well. That I think what I want to do is I think we're going to roll that, do a quick cut here, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I've built that. Nothing fancy, it's basically the windmill I designed for my season 1 LP world. That old server. Unlike on the server though, this one's actually built more closely to what it should be. This is a modded client, although since it's single player, that does technically mean it is also a modded server, I suppose. Nothing major. I got Lightmatica, there's a magnet, I've got a vein miner alternative and clumps, as well as, in particular, I put in what was it? Oh, there's also the F7 screen thing, and also the bounding box mod finally updated. Yay! If I sound a little different, that's because between last stream and now, I actually have procured a better mic. Let's see, on stream, I've also built this entire barn with the cows in it, which actually, I'm having some problems with this particular farm, so I may pull it and redo it. I've also got storage going for that. And let's see, what else? I did build that slime farm, but I think y'all already knew about that. I did build this gate. Parts of it is in 2 streams, but I also did a lot of grinding between streams on it. Built the honey farm slash the honeycomb farm. Now, apparently, I'm not the only one that's had this problem. And one of the things I want to do in this series is overall be completely transparent and honest with everybody. And I have actually had all the bees disappear before. So what I did is I went in, I did actually open the LAN and go into creative mode and just spawned a bunch of bees in. Just so that we're clear about this. I did that only because it's a 1.17 bug. Although I've also seen people joke about it being a lack of bugs. That is technically correct, but yeah. And then also, it's not in a stream or anything, but I did build the shulker farm that Il Mango designed and has a tutorial for that Doc built on the Season 7 server. Season 8 server. And so that's actually where I got something inside. I keep getting lag spikes. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I got all these shulker boxes full of shulker cells. So I figure for a single player world that ought to do for a while, so I've got it turned off for now. Let's see. Anything else over here? Not really. I did start on a tree that I'm not completely happy with because that's not really a thing I do particularly. Also, lately I've been getting messages in OBS that the encoder is overloaded, and I don't know why. It's the same settings as before. Same settings, same hardware. With my mic, the main background noise that I can hear is actually the air conditioner in my ears. So when it gets to the time of year where I can turn that off, I will probably do more testing, but I think it'll be a lot quieter. And over here I made a quick dirty little stone / cobblestone generator. I haven't... It's not fast enough for what I need. Yeah. Because this thing is enormous. Just this whole thing, I believe, is 750 blocks by 546 blocks. So, all the cobble here is something like 27 shulker boxes worth, plus some, plus a whole bunch. And also, one of the other things, which actually, clip's getting a little bit long. I know some people like to keep really short, minute or so long clips, but I'm like, whatever. Over here, I have some ideas for a storage system, and at the moment, this is what goes in there. I'd have to take y'all into a creative world to show you exactly what I have in mind. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and show it to you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and switch worlds between clips here. Alright. I keep doing that. I really should probably allow a few seconds between at the beginning and ends of the clips to do my cutting. Anyways, over here is the storage system that I have designed up in creative. I want to push it back that way a couple more blocks so that I'm not going directly into the top of the top chests. But it's spaced like this so that each individual chest can have multiple items go into it. The one here in my example has 5 different item types per chest, I'm thinking, based on the way that it works, I want to have multiple items per chest, but most of those types of sorters require you to pre-fill the chests, or there's a fancier one that has a filter along the top that opens it up, and it's really complicated. I wanted to simplify it, and as the regular main storage is small enough, I figure doing it like this should be fine, even though you're limited to one at a time. Because how often are you going to be putting like bulk storage worth of stuff into your non-bulk storage? But this is basically the example, and there goes everybody just heaved. Sorry about that. But this is the main storage for just your regular stuff, where you might have 4 or 5 stacks of this and half a dozen of that. I do actually have a bulk storage thing in mind. Well, this is me sketching out to see what all is in Minecraft item-wise that you can obtain in survival. I was doing all the potions and everything too, and then I'm like, no. No. But all the main items are represented there. Let's see, over here, there's a lot to show you guys. We're only 2 minutes in. Should be fine. But over here is the bulk storage, and it's designed to have 2 filters per chest, or per stack, with 2 separate lines because of how fast everything can come in. And so each chest down through here actually has 2 hoppers pointed into it, as well as 2 hoppers pulling out of it too, into the chest below. Well, not into the chest below, maybe not directly into the chest below, but basically it's to try to get everything through as fast as possible. This is just so that I can subtract out the signal, because I want to do a remote viewing system. Basically, this gets me the ability to cut it off, and then I can have multiple of these, but only 1 stack of redstone lamps. And then over here, I was thinking load it all into a minecart with chest, but I'm thinking I want to modify my plan a little bit and do shulker boxes in the minecart chest instead. It's bulk items, but the one item I have the most of in that LP world is actually dirt, not anything else. More than anything, the rest of it would probably be fine. Because how often do you need multiple shulker boxes of stuff? Well, I have time to think about it. And then over here is the unloading system. It's just a double chest, and it empties it out at double speed. There's actually 2 separate droppers. I believe those are droppers with hoppers going into them. And when you do this with a double chest, it splits it evenly. You put items in there, and it'll pull two at a time, 1 for each hopper. And then over here, I was fiddling around with the minecart retrieval system for the bulk storage. It's actually based on a design from many, many years ago. One of the hermits, Iskall85, in his single-player island series, was wanting some sort of a minecart retrieval system with multiple carts. And my central AC just kicked on. I have a window unit too. The window unit's because the electronics are hot. Anyways, I think is this it? Yeah, this is it. Basically, the idea is on the selector panel, wherever the heck that is. Is it over here? Yeah. That's supposed to be an improved version of this. You pick the minecart you want with the dial, and then press a corresponding button. The one that I'm thinking of, and it'll probably take me a little bit of time to do, involves just a single button that you can press, and depending on where the dial is which one it'll pick. That'll be a fun project. But there was also something else I wanted to do, and that is I wanted to actually show on camera what I'm using as the actual inspiration for the design of the current build out that I'm doing. Now, I'm having some trouble deciding how I want to do the upper portions, but it'll take me a few minutes to get that one loaded up. So yeah, about 6 minutes here. Yeah, I'll bring you guys back in when I have that loaded up. I suppose before I get too carried away with getting to the Ice Palace, I should show you guys. Yes, I'm in creative. This is my actual Season 1 LP server. I have it running as an actual server on my local system here, but this was my first base. That's the windmill I was talking about earlier, right over here. Doesn't quite match the one in my single-player LP world exactly. I've improved on my ability to copy things since then. Yeah, getting some pitching. Just wanted to show you this real quick. Introduce you to where we're at. And I'll be back. And here we are. Now, I'm obviously not copying the wall here. Or really most of the rest of it, but yeah, because here I had stuff going along. But basically this, only done somewhat differently. It should be pretty obvious that it's a bit different, but it's my main inspiration for what I'm doing right now. There's towers on the corners and then a diagonal connection, and it's also basically this but mirrored on the other side as well, with the same ceiling height and everything. Nothing too fancy. Never finished it. Also, I am in a 1.13 client with this because it's the highest version where everything is not broken. Because I also have an Iron Titan and some other stuff that requires the older villager setup. But this is actually tall enough, and since glass doesn't count, if you're in survival and standing here long enough, you'll actually get phantoms spawning inside the building. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys real quick where a lot of the shape inspiration is from. The one thing I'm not quite sure on is how to handle all of this detailing because, well, I'm not building it out of snow and ice, so just wanted to share it with you guys where it all comes from. Chirp, chirp. Anyways, now we're back in the current LP world, which is a single player world. Ah, that's where your llama went. Okay, he fell off the roof. There's wandering traders. Unfortunately, I have no idea how long the overall video is at the moment, so I think I'm going to have to take a bit of a break here. But I thought I'd bring you guys back in. Oh, also, I thought I would... There was a couple of things. I forgot what one of them was, but the other one is that I do have replay mod in now. When that... I'm pretty sure I mentioned that the replay mod was not available with the time-lapse, though, because it's been so long. And I've had some issues with villagers getting stuck up here. They're still getting this over there and getting stuck. And I've tried fencing this off, and there goes somebody on a motorcycle because it's that time of year. No one cares about noise level, even though everybody's working from home and needs it to be quiet. I keep getting villagers stuck over here. I've also been having trouble with things getting into the target range there. Yeah, nobody's stuck here right now. But I'm not sure how they're getting there. And, yeah. I'm going to have to actually pull the video that I have recorded thus far into the editing software and get some editing done so I can see how long this video is, because I kind of do want to actually, you know, do some work in the video. I was thinking maybe get the map stuff going or something like that. But I don't know how much time there is in it. Especially as I don't have the time-lapse actually, you know, time-lapse. It's not shortened any. But I'll bring y'all back in if I've got time. I'll either work on that or we'll have to end the episode. Might end up being a longer episode, though, because I still do want to do some work in this video. Alright. I got every map piece in place. Now all I need to do is some updating here. Because I know that one's changed and I can't. I suppose it helps if you actually click the right thing. Hasn't been a whole lot changed, but gotta go through this process. I only recently thought to try updating the maps because other people do that. Oh yeah, it actually extends further up. So, let us go and update our maps. The windmill's either on this one or the next one over. Next one over. I don't want to get too carried away here because I'm already like... Basically, this is me trying to force it in. Because otherwise there's not a whole lot that goes on in this video. Oh well. I'll bring you guys back in after I've gotten the full thing updated. Okay, so I have all the map updated, and that's as much of it as I've got. I don't have the map going further that way yet. One of the other things that I've determined is that this section of map doesn't necessarily go there. The way the sharp corner is, I'm not entirely sure how it goes, but that part is not where it's supposed to be. And this part, I'm not sure on either. But that's what we've got now. And unfortunately, I'm actually over on my normal time that I want to try to keep my episodes at. I forgot to mention that I did add in a horse speed tester in this world as well. I've been having a lot of trouble trying to find time for videos because of where my life is right now, and streaming also because very disruptive. And I have an issue where if I get away from the thing for too long, I can't get back into it, unfortunately. But I'm trying to get back into it again, and yep, I forgot to pick up my shulker boxes. Anyways, I do plan to stream tomorrow. I haven't set the schedule on Twitch or anything yet, but anyways, I know it's a bit not as exciting as I would have liked, but I do hope you enjoyed the video anyways. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, then do make sure to subscribe, where hopefully the next episode won't be 6 months later. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.